When we need to find a limit, we usually use a graph and table to give us an idea of the answer. But in order to find the limit analytically, we need to either use direct substitution. If it doesn't work, we need to use factoring or use the conjugate method. Now, when you do direct substitution and you get a fraction such as, let's say, 2 over 0 or any number over 0, your conclusion will be the limit does not exist because a number over 0 denominator either goes to negative infinity or positive infinity. So that is already does not exist. However, if you get a fraction such as 0 over 0, you have to apply the factoring technique or the conjugate technique if you see square root. If you take a look at the limit that we have right here, it doesn't seem that we can factor or use conjugate method. So the first step is to simplify this complex fraction. When we simplify the complex fraction, we need to get rid of the fraction inside of a fraction. We have 1 over x plus 1 and we have 1 over 2. So we need to multiply the top and bottom by the common denominator, 2x plus 1. So 2 times x plus 1. So then you simplify it to limit as x goes to 1. When you distribute the 2x plus 1 to over x plus 1, you get 2. And when you distribute 2 times x plus 1 over 2, you get x plus 1. And in the bottom, you will get x minus 1 times 2 times x plus 1. And we want to make sure we didn't make any mistake, okay? So now we move on, because if you copy something wrong, you will be wasting your time to continue because your answer will be wrong. Now on the top, we get 2 minus x minus 1. So it become minus x plus 1, okay? Because on the top, let me expand it here. You get 2 minus x minus 1. So you simplify this expression. Make sure you do it carefully so you don't make a mistake. Now in the bottom, you do not want to FOIL already because we want to see if we can do any cancellation. But we don't have a factor on the top is x minus 1 or x plus 1, but we do have a factor of minus x plus 1. So we might need to do a change in the bottom. So x minus 1 is the same as negative x plus 1. So you factor out a negative sign. So then in the bottom you get minus x plus 1 times 2 times x plus 1. Then you will see the cancellation that you want. And what is left is limit as x approach to 1. On the top, if you cancel out, you get 1 because you have a fraction. In the bottom is negative 2 times x plus 1. Now at this point, we can try to do a direct substitution. If we get a number, we're done. So we get 1 over negative 2 times 1 plus 1. So you get negative 1 over 4. And that is the final answer for the limit.